So I've been getting a lot of requests for a prom makeup look and wedding makeup looks, and since they're both similar, you just want kind of a really pretty glamorous look, and you want something that the colors are going to look really pretty in photographs. So I'm going to do a color that's going to be universally beautiful on everybody, and this is pretty much popular look I do on all the wedding makeup. Everybody wants a clean, beautiful look. Nobody wants to look like a drag queen. Nobody wants to look scary on their wedding day or prom. So I'm going to show you guys a really beautiful makeup. So first, go watch my video on how to get flawless skin. That's the first basic step. We'll just get that out of the way. Next, we're going to take a highlighter, and you don't want to use a really sparkly, glittery highlighter because in photographs, the flash is going to pick up on that, and it's going to either make you look really white and washed out, and the sparkles are going to look weird. So we're just going to take this cream highlighter. This is Shell from MAC, and this isn't a pro color, so you can get it anywhere. And you're just going to tap this right on the cheekbones right here, and it's going to give you a subtle shimmer. It's not going to be a glitter or a sparkle, and it's going to look really good in photographs. So we're just going to get those areas straight down the nose. If you want, you can go under the eyebrow, and you can get the front corner part of the lid right there. Okay, so now we have our basic highlighting done. There's also a really fine powder highlighter that you can get. You just want something with a bit of a sheen, not a glitter, because that's what's going to look really crazy. And this is a fan brush that I'm going to use just to apply. I'm just going to get some in the cap, and you're just going to dust that right on top. That way it doesn't slide off, because both of these events you're going to be dancing and sweaty, and you really want your makeup to stay put. So I'm going to show you some tricks to do that. So then we're going to go and get our basic eyeshadows, and I'm going to use really matte colors because again we don't want a lot of crazy shimmer and sparkle. And I'm going to be using Brulee from MAC, which is this nude color, and then Yogurt, which is below it. It's kind of like a pinky color. So we're going to take our fluffy brush and we're going to wash the whole lid in Brulee. And you want to make sure that you put powder really well on your eyes too, because that's going to absorb and make sure that your makeup stays put. After you do that, we're going to get the Yogurt, which is just like a light, it's kind of like a light matte pink, and you're going to just get the lower part of the lid. And this color looks so pretty on everybody. Then I'm going to take charcoal brown, which is kind of like it's just kind of like a cool brown. It's a really blue brown. You can take your fluffy brush again, and we're just going to work where the crease is. And if you have more Asian eyes and not much of a lid here, you can create the same illusion by just shading that area right there, and it'll make it look like you have a lid and curve. And one of my favorite eyes to do is actually Asian eyes, because it's just such a beautiful look when you blend this whole area up. So basically, okay, so then we're going to make sure we have this on both eyes and just blend this upwards. And I like a little bit of shimmer. I don't like a lot of glitter and frost for wedding makeup. And something that's classically beautiful. That way when you look back at your photos, it doesn't look so dated, like, oh, that was so 2004 or something, you know? So once we do that, there's this is a light shimmer color, and any kind of light shimmery pearl color will work. This is called Naked Lunch from MAC. I don't know if you can see the color that well. It doesn't have a lot of glitter, but it has a light shimmer. So we're just going to wash the inner corner with the light shimmer color and right underneath the brow bone. And the particles in this are so small that they're not going to be reflective like a larger glitter would be. So we're just going to get right in there. And then you want to make sure that your eye color is going to stay really well. So I like to start with a waterproof liquid liner, and I don't have one. This is just Boot Black from MAC. But if you get a waterproof, especially for weddings, you don't want to be crying and your makeup starts falling off. So this is going to make sure that the pigment's going to stay on really well. So we're going to hold the corner of the eye out to the side. And I start kind of where the lashes grow and just lay your brush flat against that. And then pull your eye out to the side and slightly up a little bit, and that'll help you draw the perfect cat eye. So you're going to just slightly, don't rip on your poor eyelid, and then extend a little past where your eye is right there. And then I go back over it in both directions to get a really smooth line. And if you make a mistake, we're going to go over with a liner, so it's okay. Do the same thing over here, pull out and slightly upwards, and then just lay it sideways and draw right over to the outer corner again. And then just go slightly up and out when you get to the side, just a little bit. And then you can go back over that. I always get really finicky with the ends here. Okay, so once we have that and that's going to dry, then you're going to get your black waterproof liner. And Engraved from MAC is pretty good. The waterproofs tend to be not as pigmented, as rich for some reason, but you really want to go with the waterproof. So you can line, I'm a big fan of lining the inner rims of the eyes. I think it just gives it kind of a smoldery, smoky look. If you want a clean, bright, more really youthful and fresh look, you can do white inside too. So now we're just going to go back over that top edge that we created with the liquid liner. And this is just going to fix any mistakes that you made, and it's going to soften that line up so it looks really pretty. Okay, so then we're going to take our angled brush and a black, and my favorite is Carbon from MAC or Nehru, one of those. They're both really dark blacks. Any black from any company really will work well. And you're going to just extend a little beyond from where the black was to where there isn't anything, and that's just going to soften the line and make it look really perfect. Now for weddings, you can also do the lower line. I don't suggest too heavily, because if there are tears involved or crying of any sort, that's going to be the first stuff to come off. So we're going to really perfect this angle out here in the corner. And then you can take maybe like a brown or a gray. I might use dark. I'll just go ahead and use a little bit of black. And I'm just going to press that right into the line, the lash line. Just slide it back and forth. Just so it gives some extra definition right there. Then you can take like a little fluffy kind of brush like this, and you can either take your dark brown or your black or a gray. Gray is universally beautiful on everybody too. So let's see, what do I have? Print is one of my favorite grays. And then you're just going to hold this out to the side, and right where this corner is, you're going to blend that V area from the top of the lash line into the crease. And you're going to start at the outside where you're going to deposit the most pigment, and then just kind of dust it in towards the crease and in there. So it's just going to give you a really pretty softened look. It's going to just soften up all the lines that you did with your liner. Go in the crease, go right there. And then you can take either your brown or your gray and your fluffy brush again. And I'm going to take that charcoal brown again, and I'm just going to work back into the corner and kind of blend that. And that way these colors, you're not using a real frosty color. It's kind of a real classic, just a classic pretty look on your eye. Then you can take that shimmery color again, and this is going to be kind of where it acts like you're fixing any problems with your magic eraser. Is you're going to take your frosty light color again, and then again just pull the eye out to the side and start way in this corner with the frosty color, and just dab right there towards the nose, and then drag it over towards the eye. So start in there towards the nose and then drag it in towards your eye. Then you can take the end of it, and then I like to go right underneath the front corner of the lashes in the eye right there. It just gives a really open, blowy look. Then for eyebrows, you don't want crazy dark eyebrows. And a couple colors, I use charcoal brown for my dark brows, that way there's no red in it. This is Omega, it's a new color I got. This is great for people with blonde hair to do your eyebrow color then. So we're going to take our angled brush, and we're just going to start and go over here. And if for some reason your lashes, your eyebrows do end up too dark, just go over with some translucent powder and it will lighten them right up. And then I also take some clear mascara, which will act like a brow fix. And then you can just drag the brush like a mascara, and it'll keep your eyebrows in shape all day long. Because on weddings or your prom or something, you're going to be photographed a lot, and you want everything to stay in place. You want to feel confident and beautiful on that day, not worrying about anything. So it'll take a little longer than your normal makeup application, but it should, because you're putting a lot of time and effort into looking pretty. Okay, now we'll show you a trick with the lips. And what you want to do is put a concealer all over your mouth, or like the Laura Geller lip primer. So I'm just going to show you with the concealer. You're going to go all the way around the lips. This is going to cancel out any redness and provide a really lasting lip color. Then you're going to powder. And I love nude mouths for weddings because that way when you're kissing, it's not getting all over, you know, these big red lips or bright colors coming down the aisle. I'm going to use Posh from Benefit. You can also use Bure from MAC. Any of these colors will work. And I start on a lower lip line and go to the corners and then fill in, color in a little bit, and then do the top. Up and down to the sides. And then I'm going to fill in the corners like that. And I'm going to use Tanorama because it's one of my favorite colors, and I just bought a brand new one. And then you're just going to highlight the lower lip and the top. And then I'm going to get those top corners right there because that's going to make your lips look really full and frosty, and I just love how a nude lip looks. Now I'm going to put a gloss, and for weddings I normally don't like to use glosses because I just think it's going to get really messy when when you kiss the groom, and I can't even find my glosses, so hang on. Okay, now you can use see-through or one of those colors. This is a super cheap color. It's like from NYC or Wet n Wild. It's just like a frosty pink color. And then we're just going to hit the highlight areas, the center of the lip, and then the top corners of the mouth, and kind of the center like that. And then for weddings too, I like really pink and glowy cheeks, and that's great for prom too because it's a really youthful look. So I'm going to use just like this really kind of light pink bubble gum. The light's really bright so it kind of looks white, but it isn't. And I'm just going to dust that on the apples of the cheeks. And we're just going to brush that in a little bit. And then you can get another darker color. This is Cubic from MAC. It's kind of like a rosy pink color. And then I'm just going to do the angled line from the corner of the mouth to the top of the ear right there. And that's just going to give you some fake cheekbone emphasis, which is always nice. And then I usually hit the temples up here. And this is a fan brush that I really like for shading. And I'm thinking if I'm going to go through and do a brush line, this is going to be one of the sample brushes I'm going to use for it because I like it and it's a fun tool. So there's your mouth. You're going to want to keep your lipstick with you, maybe some blotting powder or tissues, that way you can keep dabbing your face without jamming more makeup on top. And then the magical part is when you get your eyelash curler, which is missing. Okay, and I just got a new eyelash curler trick. So I'm going to show you a trick how to do this. You're going to open it up, you're going to squint your eye, and you're going to wiggle your lashes right inside. You're going to curl close to the base of the lashes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to move it out slightly to the tips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that with both eyes. And I love the look of false lashes and extensions. So I always do those on my wedding, on my brides. They always get the false lashes. I'm going to try this new mascara. It's Fiber Rich from MAC. And it's got little fibers and hairs in it, so it should make your lashes look really long and clumpy. So I always start underneath, do a little wiggling out to the ends, and then you always want to coat the tops of the lashes too. And if I have time, I'll show you guys how to do individual lashes too, because they're really fun, and it just adds some extra dazzle and glamour to your eye. And for weddings, I like the individual ones better than a full set because they look more real. But if you're ever going to wear a false set, it should be on your wedding day because it just adds so much to your whole eye look. And this is the Bare Clean Dewy Makeup look for wedding or prom. It's clean and doesn't look like you have gobs of makeup on. And the colors, the pinks and the shimmery colors, are really pretty on every skin tone. See if I can get the putting mascara on takes so long. By the time you add all your layers, that's why I stop and start again once I got it back on. Okay, so I'm going to try to do a fake pile on as much so that they look fake. And I really like this mascara, actually. I've never tried it, but the sales girl at MAC, I'm sorry, I make weird faces when I put mascara on, told me that the fibers really make it clumpy and thick and a really pretty look. So here's your basic, just a clean bridal prom face. I'll try to go find my false lashes and we'll give you a lesson in that. Okay, so now we're back. And to do the ends, I get 2 sizes of lashes. These are just from Andrea, the permanent lashes. I get short and medium. They make longs, but they're really hard to find, and sometimes it's just too much. So what you can do is you can get your tweezers. I just like to use my fingers because I feel like my placement is more accurate. So you're just going to pull one off, and I start with the medium ones, and then you're going to get the lash type adhesive glue, which smells disgusting. And you just hold the little, it's hard because you don't want to make sure you drop these guys all the time. So you just hold the little winged part, and then the little ball part right there is what you're going to put glue on. And I just squeeze like a little bubble of the glue out, and I just kind of stick that guy in there. So it's just a little tiny bit of glue. Then you don't want to close your eye all the way, but you're just going to, I should probably zoom in so you can see this a little better. We'll see how close we can get so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you're just going to take this part and you're going to close just a little bit. And you're going to set the lash right on top of your lash line in onto the skin right above where your lashes grow out. And you want it to be down on the end so it looks like this line's going to go out and swoop up like that. So I'm going to take another medium one and a little more glue. Where did my glue go? That's not good. I don't want it gluing itself to something, so we'll get another one. And the clear glue is sometimes even better for this. So again, we're going to take our lash that I'm holding like this. Come on, focus. Okay, it doesn't want to get into focus. So we're going to squeeze a little bubble out, and you're just going to dip that in there. Let's focus now. There we go. So we had that little drop like that. And then we're going to go right next to the piece that we just did, and we're going to set that guy right on top. And you can push it up and hold it into the place that you want it. So I'll normally do like 3 of the longer ones on the end. So I'll do one more. And again, I'll show you, we'll see if this will focus. We're going to get some glue, squeeze a drop out, and put that right there. And then we're going to set this guy right next to the one that we just did. And the glue takes a little while to dry, so you have enough time to move these guys all around. Now we're going to go and I'm going to do probably 3 or 4 of the short ones, just so there's a gradual blending going on. We're going to get a little more glue, just little tiny drops of glue, and then I'm just going to push that guy right there. And if it's not in the right placement, just keep picking it up and moving. You have about, I don't know, feels like forever, a few minutes till the glue dries. You can keep moving it around. And again, just a little tiny tip of the glue is all you need. And you want to lay them out to the side more so they're going out this way, not coming out forward, so out and to the side. So it takes forever to the glue dry, and then just kind of pinch your lashes and the fake ones together, and then the glue will start drying. And then I get really impatient with the glue, especially when I'm doing a bride's makeup and I don't want her to see these white dots of glue. So I just take my angled brush and I'll just, let me zoom out so you guys can actually see what I'm doing again. And I'll actually just tap the black eyeshadow right on top, real lightly. And it just kind of starts covering it. The more the glue dries, it's not going to stick to your brush or anything. So we'll just press right there. And then you can see the difference in this eye, how this looks just more full and kind of darker. And then you want to take your mascara, and then you're just going to kind of marry the two together. You're just going to smash and wiggle your fake ones in with your real ones. So there's one eye that's done. So this is your pretty makeup or prom look. This is pink and sheer, a really fresh light color. And I'll be doing more of different variations for wedding look or prom look, more dramatic. But this is our basic just to start off. So I hope you guys have fun and go and play with your lashes. You can get these at Walmart, Target, any drugstore, and they're like $3 or something in the glue. So have fun, guys. We'll see you soon.